Winter has officially arrived, and with that comes the holidays. As you prepare for your holiday feast with family and friends, you should be mindful of safe cooking precautions. The last thing you want is for someone to get sick due to undercooked meat and poultry and/or cross-contamination. We had the chance to speak with Chef DyRell DiLorenzo at Baylor Scott and White Hospital in Round Rock, Texas. He gave us some food safety do's and don'ts and helpful tips for making your holiday feast a success. Meat and poultry are usually the main protein dish for any holiday meal. You should always be mindful of the amount of time it takes to thaw your meat. Turkey is one of the most difficult items to thaw out.
For every 4 to 5 pounds, it takes 24 hours under refrigeration. So depending on that is how early you want to pull out your turkey. So you want to go to 4 to 5 days before you're actually ready to prepare that turkey. And that goes for ham and any other big protein product.
You can also thaw your turkey using the cold water method. You want to make sure the turkey is completely submerged under constant cold water. Change water every 30 minutes to keep it chilled. Estimate a minimum thawing time of 30 minutes per pound. According to foodsafety.gov, if your turkey is 4 to 12 pounds, estimate 2 to 6 hours to thaw using this method. Make sure to cook your turkey the day of if you use this method.
There's also microwaving. I don't necessarily recommend that for a big protein source because it's actually going to start cooking on the outside before the inside's thawed. However, if you do that, make sure that you're going to cook it immediately when it's thawed. Throw it right in the oven as soon as it's done.
If you are going to stuff your turkey, make sure the stuffing and turkey are both the same temperature. Make sure the products are both cold before throwing in the oven or cook them separately. This will help prevent bacteria from growing. You also need to be sure you cook your meat completely before taking out of the oven.
One of the things you want to make sure of is that it reaches a minimum internal temperature of 165 degrees.
Harmful bacteria can sometimes be present in undercooked meat and poultry products, Salmonella being the most prevalent. According to foodsafety.gov, Salmonella is the most common cause of food poisoning in the United States. Symptoms include diarrhea, fever, and vomiting and can last between 4 to 7 days. Another way to get sick, cross-contamination.
One of the things you always want to make sure you use a separate cutting board for each individual item. If you're cutting turkey and vegetables, do your vegetables first, especially when you're working with limited cutting boards, limited utensils, things like that.
After you have cut all of your vegetables, then start cutting your meat and poultry. It's very important to clean all surfaces after cutting the meat and poultry items to eliminate cross-contamination and the spread of bacteria.
When you're done cutting your poultry product, make sure that you are washing, rinsing, and sanitizing your area.
Bacteria can survive in many places, so you want to make sure you wash cutting boards, utensils, and countertops with soap and water and antiseptic wipes after dealing with raw meat and poultry. Juices from the meat can fly to other surfaces in your kitchen, so be aware and make sure to clean all surfaces. With these simple and helpful preparation tips, you will have a happy and healthy holiday meal. For Daily RX News, I'm Shelby Collinin.